Alrighty, so this is going to be a message for my Virgos. Thank you so much for joining me back on my YouTube channel. This is going to be messages that you need to hear from your spirit guides and for basically just mental clarity, because I have noticed that a lot of signs are going through the motions right now, trying to figure themselves out. And I feel like this is the most appropriate reading to kind of get into the energy and get some clarity. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. If you do want a personal session with me, because this is general and you are going to have to use your level of discernment, all of my information to reach out to me will be listed below. All right. So Virgos, what messages do I need to pass along to them for January 2020? First message out. Okay, so two cards came out. All right, so let's talk about it. So we have, and this is also a new deck. If anybody wants to know what deck I'm using, this is the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. Okay. Just got it yesterday. But okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So we have forgiveness. So with this card coming out, the message you really need to hear is to, for one, forgive yourself for any moment you may have allowed yourself to slip into self limiting, there you go, self-limiting thoughts. This could be you thinking that you're not good enough to get a certain position or to move up in work so that you can make more money. This could even be just settling for things that you know that you don't deserve and love. This could be people that you know genuinely don't have the best intentions for you, but you still put up with what they're trying to offer you, whether that's just friends with benefits, a non-stable relationship. This is you guys forgiving yourself for anything that you've allowed yourself to put up with. All right. This is also forgiveness for other things that other people have done to you. These people, these certain people that I'm asking you to forgive, are people who didn't have enough courage to say sorry for the things that they may have done to you, or they haven't had enough, I guess, dignity. I guess we could use that word, dignity, to realize what exactly they may have done to you, especially if it was somebody who cheated on you, or you had certain friends around you who you thought were genuinely having your back, but may have done some backstabby things. Or this could have been a marriage where, you know, you may have been cheated on by the person that you were with for a while, and it may have really hurt you to the core for some time. And for a lot of you, this is just you guys holding on to any sort of trauma that outside people may have caused you. So this is allowing yourself to forgive that time and move forward. Okay. This is going to be important for the next stage in your journey, because if you're still harboring on to feelings that aren't that's so positive, it's going to make you feel trapped and stuck in old energy. Okay. Now we also have the standstill card. So this is all about you guys needing to really take a moment to stop being so much on the go for a second and sit with yourself when it comes to how you feel about certain connections you have around you. This is you guys reflecting also on exactly where you're at in your journey. Do you feel as if you could contribute more to your journey? Do you feel as if you can push yourself even further? A lot of you having this peace of mind and having this quiet energy or still energy within your mind is going to give you a lot of clarity, and a lot of answers are going to come to you in that moment. What I will say, if you are someone who hasn't really had a chance to go out into nature, and that used to be something that was really your thing, please make sure that you make some time for that moving into January, so that you can really get some mental clarity and really get some refreshing energy going as well. So let's see what else comes out. This is interesting. Virgos, what messages do they need to hear right now for January 2020? What are some important messages for all my Virgos? We have action. So yes, so I feel like if there's some sort of move that you want to make, Virgos, the first thing you have to do, like I said, is take a step back to really look at your situation from a non-emotional standpoint. And once you take the necessary time to look at your situation and really assess what's the next plan of action for yourself, this is you actually taking the steps guided to you, or the steps that you're being guided to take, so that you can actually make some things shift here. Because for a lot of you, if you have been just feeling as if it's been like a push and a pull type of effect with things that have been going on in your life, where it's like one second you're trying to push forward, and you feel like your dreams are being, pushed back. This is making sure that you're staying on top of the things that you have to do. If you're like a creative person and you own like a business that's involving your creativity, like your creative talents, if you neglect to invest in that business, or neglect to invest in your creative talents to even take it further, whether that's learning more about what you're doing, or even just, like I said, investing time and energy into it, if you don't take action on it, it's just going to stay stagnant, and it's going to stay at a standstill. So if you have been feeling as if there's stagnant energy, that is why. All right, now I want to pull some of these. Okay, let's see what else comes out. All right, so this card flew out. We have child. So with this card, for some of you, if you do have children, please make sure that, and this is going to resonate for people who don't have full custody. If you have like semi-custody, what is it called? Shared custody with a child, you want to make sure that you're checking in on them and making sure that you're spending quality time with them, especially if you and the person you have a child with aren't on the best of terms. You want to make sure that this child actually believes that they're loved and that they're supported by you, because in some instances, and this does happen in custody situations, a child can feel as if they're being neglected by the parent that's not around all the time, due to the fact that they don't have both parents in the household. Or you may be a parent that works a lot, so you don't have time to see your child, or there may be certain things that's keeping you from it, but you want to make sure that you're making more time. For others of you, it's not about making more time. This is making sure that you just, again, that you're making your presence known in this child's life. Okay, because it's going to be very important. For some of you as well, if you are expecting, make sure that you are eating healthier. For some of you, you could be eating a whole bunch of junk, and that's going to either make you really fatigued and not really want to get out of bed, or this just may cause issues with you, again, bouncing back after giving birth. Like, you want to watch out from overeating or overdoing it, okay? For some of you, this is also giving birth to a new project here. So for a lot of you in the month of January, if you were wanting to take the initiative to start something new financially, I definitely do see that if you nurture it and you care for the project that you're about to build, or business that you're about to build, it can definitely be fruitful. It's just definitely going to take some time to get it off the ground. Okay. I would definitely, again, take your time with that. Okay, so we have the size card. So if there is certain things that you're just like a little blah over, this is you letting that be, okay? I get a sense that this is a love situation. This may be a past one where it's like, ugh, I'm sick and tired of this same stuff. I'm sick and tired of having to deal with the same outcome. You could be waiting for new ships to come in for you in love. You could just have an ex who's just like super stuck on you and won't let you move forward. But I get a sense that if there's anything that you're dissatisfied with emotionally at this moment, it's time for you to do like so and move on, okay? And let that be. I have conversation in prison that came out, okay? Some of you, I'm getting a sense that if you're going through any sort of mental, I don't want to use that word because that's a heavy word. If you're going through any sort of mental confusion, there you go. I feel like the best thing for you to do is make sure that you have a real support system behind you. I would be careful from telling too much of your business to people who you know don't genuinely care to the extent that you do, if that makes sense, or they don't care to the extent that you may be thinking that they do. Others of you, it's just you don't want to tell people your business because sometimes people like to use your business against you. So be careful who you're indulging information about your life to. Be careful as well with the people that you have close to you that are always in your business. Are they in your business to help you, or are they in your business to just be in your business? Okay, some people are like that. That's for somebody out there. Another thing I am seeing as well You are going to have some important conversations throughout the month. These conversations are really going to enlighten you. Again, if you're going through any sort of mental stuff, you want to make sure that you are dealing with it and not just dealing with it behind closed doors. Because I'm getting this energy where somebody out there is like, when you're alone, you're just going through it mentally, but then when you're out with people, it's just you're the life of the party. So make sure that if you are actually going through stuff, that you're not trying to mask it, because it will be very apparent. And you do need to make sure as well that you are asking the universe to shift whatever energy you may have going on, and also making sure as well that you're listening to your ancestors and also speaking to them and your spirit guides, because for some of you, you have been neglecting speaking to them. All right. Now, let's go ahead and see what tarot cards I could pull for you guys. Let's see what else comes out, because everybody's reading has been super interesting this month. So, okay. So, Virgos, what do you see for my Virgos for January 2020? What messages do they need to hear for this month? And this is a new tarot deck I'm using as well. This is called the Starman Tarot. So bear with me if I don't know what some of these cards are. I'm just going based off of the energy I'm getting off of them, okay? Starman. What's going on with my Virgos for January 2020? What messages do they need to hear? First card out is the Prince of Swords. So for some of you, what I get a sense of, you may have somebody who kind of like watches your social media. If it's not watching your social media, if you're not somebody who's on social media, this is somebody who wants to reach out to you really, really badly. They want to lay the line down, okay? With the Crow, I see this as like a messenger. I get this as a messenger, somebody wanting to sweep in and speak their truth. The way this person may express their truth, it may not come off right. Okay, this person may be the type of person where it's like, well, this is how I feel, and that's pretty much it. Like, they may not know how to really address how they feel with certain situations, so it may come off kind of cold, distant, and just kind of like it is what it is, if that makes sense. Okay. For a lot of you, this person really wants to speak their mind, though, and figure out what's next for the situation. Hold on one second. I'm seeing stuff in the cards. Okay. Again, what I will say is also your ancestors are really around, okay? Because this popped out to me. This looks like Jesus to me. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this card, but I'm getting a whole bunch of messages that if you're questioning whether or not you have any ancestors that are actually listening to your prayers and your hopes and your manifestations, they are. They're definitely around you, and they're influencing a lot of things that are going on around you as well. That's a message for somebody out there. These cards are interesting. Again, it's the Starman Tarot if you guys like this deck. All right, next card. Let's see. Okay, so we have the Sacred Clown. Like, I got this card this morning. I don't know what this card means, but I'm getting a sense that a lot of you, this is all about you guys being aware of your surroundings, making sure when it comes to you taking steps out into the universe. Yes, it's okay to be confident within yourself and know you're the shit, but this is also making sure that you're not walking yourself into booby traps, okay? Or situations that are not going to be beneficial to you in the long term. This is also making sure as well that you're checking your ego in moments of just doing way too much. Okay, for some of you, you could have moments where either your ego, you're not confident enough, and then there may be times where you're overly confident and you may be missing important details through that confidence. This is for somebody specifically. This is not for everybody, so don't take this personally. All right. This is also understanding your shadow side and your light side and how they coexist and how they need to be in check when it comes to manifesting just in general. Because if you're operating too much out of your shadow side or your lower self, then there's definitely going to be lower vibrations that you're going to attract. So make sure you stay away from people who also emanate this energy, okay? For some of you, you also may have like an Aries who may be wanting to speak to you as well. If it's not an air sign, this person may be this type of person to have a huge ego and to think that, oh, well, you don't want to talk to me. Oh, okay, well, I'm the shit anyways. All right, make sure you stay away from people like that. All right, so the next card we have here was the Six of Pentacles. So this is all about, in the regular tarot, this is about give and take. But the way I'm seeing this is surrendering to the universe when it comes to money. If you want a new opportunity, because I see this big pentacle in the back, it's really staring me in my face, okay? If you want more money to come in, this is you surrendering to the universe so that you can manifest more for yourself. I feel it's for a lot of you, you've been planted in a lot of situations, whether this is you working in the same field for a while and you feel like, well, for the amount of work that you do, you deserve more. Others of you, you need to really, like I said, connect with your ancestors when it comes to manifesting. Because I feel like if you really make some conscious decisions, you can really shift some things into alignment for yourself, okay? But I'm going to stop right here. Thank you so much for watching this, Virgos. I really, really hope that you were able to take something from this. If you did enjoy, drop a butterfly. Let me know that you stayed all the way to the end of this video. I really do appreciate all of your support. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that like button, okay? It definitely helps get this message out to anyone who needs to see it. And if you do want a personal session with me, all of my information will be listed in the description box as well as the comment section. And I will see each and every one of you in the next one. Bye, Virgos.